5-yard line. Staub, hands off, runs up inside. Simeon Price on his way to the end zone. 10, 5, end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Colorado! A 37-yard run. The Price is right. And finally, Colorado's on the board.
Buffs open a Big 12 conference play as they fall here in Houston, 36-20. Tough night from behind the entire evening. Pulled within 2 at the half and then got outclassed in the third quarter. End up falling, dropping to 1-2 on the season. It's an awful tough one here. I'm not sure what you want to say about this one afterward.
Well, there's not much good you can say except that at the halftime we were pretty enthused and excited, and I thought we really had a chance. And we came out the second half, couldn't get the ball back, couldn't stop them. Then we generated absolutely no yards on offense. And then it just got worse from that, Mark. And so this was discouraging. It was unenthusiastic from the side, from the player standpoint as we observed it. We couldn't defensively, we couldn't get a call or execute a defense, and on offense we didn't run the ball very much. We didn't try to, and then we couldn't protect. So it was just. It's just really frustrating. And it was, I'm sure, for the fans. I know it was for the fans and for the players, but it was a hard game to call, I thought.
The Buffaloes pull within 2 at the half. In the second half, they're outgained 125-0. The Buffs had -3 yards rushing in the second half. In fact, Houston came out, had a first possession second half. They had an 8.5-minute drive, had a ball for but 2 minutes of that third quarter. Now, you know what's going to happen. A lot of people talk quarterback, right? Ryan Staub was going to be the answer. He goes out there. You pointed this out in the radio postgame. Yes, he made mistakes, but he's got to get some help out there as well.
He does. Everybody's got to help out in these situations. And what I said in the postgame was everybody needs to accept a little responsibility for this because Ryan didn't play well, okay? And offensive line certainly didn't play well. The defensive line didn't play well. We didn't tackle well. Coordinators have got to look inside to see what they're doing. But at the end of this game, we didn't get the quarterback play that we all hoped we'd get, and I don't know what that means going forward, but in most cases it means some sort of a change, and we'll see. But you got to call a game that gives your quarterback a chance as well, and that falls on somebody else's shoulders.
Yep. Now next week, got Wyoming coming to town. They're never an easy out either.
That's a hard out, man, because especially we have 120 players, and they're all from south of the Mason-Dixon line. A few guys from Colorado, but they don't respect Wyoming. They probably won't respect Wyoming, and that you're not going to beat anybody till you respect them. Yep. And so somehow these coaches are going to have to get them to respect Wyoming, clean up the problems that we have to get ready for that next game, because this thing is going to keep sliding down if we don't do all of those things.
That's the coach, Gary Barnett. Next up, we're going to talk with our sideline reporter, Andy Lindahl.
Staub, shotgun snap, backpedal, steps up in the pocket. He's got room to run. Trucks his way inside the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Airborne, he lost the football, and it is picked up off a bounce by Atkins in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Colorado!
Now we talk with the sideline reporter, Andy Lindahl, after the Buffs fall in their Big 12 Conference opener 36-20 to Houston. All right, you were down and kind of felt the temperature of this thing down. Take us to the sideline late in this ballgame.
Well, look, they were good teammates to each other, so no one's turning on each other, which I think is good. Jordan Seaton said a few things a few times, and look, Coach Prime tried to keep it positive. He kept jumping in the huddles and trying to fire up his offense. He said a few things to the defensive guys, but in the press conference, I don't think he pulled a lot of punches. He doesn't know what he's going to do at quarterback. He made that very clear. And I don't think a lot of us have a lot of answers as to what he should do. So it'll be an interesting week.
Yeah, right now that's going to be the thing this week is trying to figure this out. And really, you've got to evaluate every single aspect. There's nothing really to hold on to in this ball.
No, Mark, you bring it up. I mean, there was one time where I said it looked like the protection held, but Coach watches the play as well as anybody. He said no receivers got open. There's not a ton of separation. Now, look, it's hard because these guys, I got to imagine you and Coach saw practice more than I did, but I'm sure they got a lot more reps with Salter and Lewis than they did with Staub. And to me, the thing that's frustrating, Staub, I think he's seeing the right guy, to be fair to him. He's just a little off. Coach described it. It's a little here, it's a little there, but here or there allows the DB to come in and smack a ball down and doesn't allow the receiver to shield him off if he needs to. So they just need to keep practicing, but I don't know that we're going to get a quick fix. And again, You need to probably run the football more.
I was just going to say, listen, you brought in basically an entirely new offensive line, some big, strong bodies up there. If you're looking for an identity, right now this team does not have one, either side of the ball. Run the football. Take some pressure off of Staub, whoever, regardless, Caden Salter, Juju, whoever's out there.
Yeah, you had told me before the season they look like that offensive line looks like they belong. It looks like a Big 12 offensive line. All of them are tall. All of them are big. All of them are wide. Use them. And I feel like on that drive before the half, you did that. Gary literally said, run the football. They started running, and they popped something up the middle. But, look, I get it. You get impatient. You want to pick up some chunk yardage. You want to get some momentum. But the run game might be the way you have to do it right now.
This team needs an identity, and that might be something you can hang your hat upon, at least have something then that you feel good about game in and game out. Next up, they've got the Wyoming Cowboys coming to town. Next, Saturday night, 8:15, late one to kickoff. We're going to hit the air at 6 o'clock on the network of the Buffalo Stampede pregame show. For Coach Andy, I'm voice of the boss, Mark Johnson. Buffalo's fall at our Big 12 Conference opener, 36-20 here in Houston. We'll talk to you next time.